Okay, so this video I wanted to show you, this is probably more a skill that some of you might be interested in. This is unclotting a PICC line that you can't get anything in. So they've come from home or they were discharged from the hospital and they come to us. You can't get anything in. So you can't flush at all, and of course you can't get blood return. So we come into that PICC, same thing as we have done before. We're going to do that. Clean that up, right? Get all that crusty stuff off. This is my Cathflo already mixed, my probably like 2.2 in terms of volume and 2 milligrams, right? So I'm going to take this and I can push and I can't get anything in. Nothing. Zippo. Okay, can't get anything in. So I'm going to draw back, and create negative pressure. You're not going to get air in there because you're all closed system, right? Everything's locked on. So I'm going to draw back. I'm going to draw back to maybe 8 or 9 milliliters and then slowly come back. And then I'm going to give it a little bit of a push here. And as you saw in the last video, you get like 0.25 of a milliliter in there and you're already at the tip. So it'll already start breaking it down. So you just have to be patient. So you just draw back, cause that negative pressure, and then slowly bring it in. And if you look, sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not getting anything in. Then I kind of start looking, and I'll see I got like 0.25, not even just a teeny, even a tenth of a milliliter. And then I'll come back a few minutes later, work it again, and pull back, and then slowly, and then get it in. So make sure the patient knows we just have to be patient. We're kind of working it in. Now you will see people do this. That's not on the Genentech, the people who make Cathflo. That's not on their website. That's not how they want you to be doing. It's not how they recommend. I've asked a couple of the experts. They said, no, that's too risky to do. I don't know. I've heard other people doing it. I would wait until studies come out that that's okay to do that. But I've done it the other way. I've never had a problem. And it works. You just have to be patient. We did have one patient I was working with, a nurse with, and this, we were doing this. She was doing this. And then very shortly after, the guy started having fever and chills, and we ended up sending him down the emergency room. I think what had happened, he came from the acute care. His catheter was, shall I say, seated with a big fibrin sheath that was probably full of bacteria, and it broke off maybe as a larger chunk versus just breaking it down a little bit at a time. We used to call those septic emboli. I don't know if they call them that, where you flush a catheter and little bits come off and the patient kind of gets flushed like a warm feeling. Anyway, so I just wouldn't recommend that for safety, and it seems to work the other way. So I don't know. I just don't do it that way. So I'm going to draw back again, 8 or 9, kind of hold on to it, let it come forward. I'm creating that negative pressure. It's all connected. Oopsie. And then I'm going to just wiggle a little bit in. So you're just getting the smallest amount in. So you come back maybe every 15 minutes and keep doing that. I had a patient the other day who I probably got maybe a half a milliliter in, and it was a really busy day. And all of a sudden he says, hey, I think it's worked, because a whole syringe filled with blood. So it was cleared. It was good. So it's just a pull back, slowly release it, cause that negative pressure, and just the teeniest bit, and just be patient. Eventually, and the next time you come up, you're getting like a half a milliliter in, and then, then you're going to get it cleared. Okay. So let me show you, since we're here. So I'm going to unclamp, and I've unclotted it, right? So I just want to show you just a visualization of what. When we instill the 2.2, so this is green, so you're going to see it work in. So I just put a little bit in. Do you see it coming through there? Bring the vial up a little high, closer. And remember, 80 times per minute, 60, whatever the heart's beating. This is into like 2 liters of blood goes past this PICC catheter. So where does that Activase go, that Cathflo go? Where does it go? It's not sitting at the tip of your catheter. You're not going to draw it back and get it back into your syringe. It is long gone. Look at this. This is a full syringe of Cathflo. Can you see it kind of drip going in there? Where is it going? Do, 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 do. It's not at the tip working on that catheter. It's long gone. That's why I tend to, especially if they keep coming back for repeat clotting, I'll just give a little bit, come back 15 minutes later, give a little bit more. You're still giving the same dose. It's just working on the fibrin sheath a little bit better than it just going into the vascular system, right? See, look at all that. Gone, gone. Okay, that's it.